Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be talking about the crazy mess that was the new patch 8.1.5 in terms of all the gold making bugs, and we're going to be opening up our mail as well, seeing how much gold we've made over the past couple of weeks. And in our first lot of mail we have ourselves 367,000k, including a really nice flip with the Waistguard of Elemental Resistance, so people are still buying the BOE gear. We bought it, as you can see, for 210,000 gold, and literally a few hours later we resold it for 331. In fact, 2 hours. We bought it for 210k and 2 hours later it sold for 331. Probably could have sold it for even more, but I was just looking for a quick sale and I was pretty pleased with that. It wasn't 350 item level, by the way, guys. It just says that because TSM gets a bit bugged. I can't really remember the item level. I think it was like 410 or 415 or something. But yeah, the absolute joke that was the new patch was just ridiculous. I mean, I can't even begin to explain how many mistakes Blizzard have been making with the new patches, this expansion. It seems there's so many bugs whenever the expansion or a patch comes out. It's really crazy, and this one was no different. So for those of you who don't know, 8.1.5 brought with it some new profession quest chains, the tools of the trade, which Blizzard have been advertising on the launcher a lot. Don't really know why, because they're not too interesting. But anyway, this is basically a simple quest line, and once you finish the quest line, you get this new item that gives you some new things, basically, for your profession. Doesn't give you much excitement. I didn't even do a video on it because I didn't think it was very exciting, but it basically gives you some new things. And there were a couple of bugs, in particular with the alchemy and with the enchanting items. So for alchemy, basically you get an item, and with this item you can go around the world and find these cauldrons, and these cauldrons basically give you free potions. But what basically happened is that these cauldrons were like respawning instantly for people, or you could get them to respawn instantly if you did something. So you could get ridiculous amounts of potions. So some people were just finding a few of them every hour, but some people who managed to bug the respawn were finding hundreds of these every hour, and they got thousands of potions. And not just potions, they were also getting the cauldrons, the expensive ones for the raid, getting all different types of flasks, and people were just getting thousands of these things. It was ridiculous, and it completely crashed the alchemy market on most servers. So the next major problem was with enchanting, and basically everyone was disenchanting stuff and getting way more materials. So the whole point with enchanting was that once you complete the quest line, you get this new rod, and that's supposed to give you extra materials when you disenchant something. But what was actually happening was anyone with enchanting, whether you had the rod or you didn't, was getting way more materials than usual, and this of course crashed the crystal market. I've already done videos on the BFA shuffle and everything like this, and this just made the BFA shuffle 100 times better for anyone. It was stupid. I don't even know why Blizzard have introduced this enchanting rod. They didn't need to give people more crystals. I quite like the fact that the crystal prices kind of stayed quite high this expansion. It actually makes the profession a bit more relevant and a bit more interesting, and you actually want to have it on your main character. They don't even need to give people loads more materials. Even if you do have the rod, it's not necessary. But the fact that they were giving it to absolutely everyone who was just making random enchanters on their ults on different servers and just crashing the markets, it was stupid. Oh, and another bug I forgot to mention was with jewel crafting. So when you mass prospected some items, some ore, you got like 10 or 20 times the amount of Kraken's Eye than you were supposed to get. Kraken's Eye is the thing you need to make the main gems, and people were getting like 200 Kraken's Eye from just mass prospecting like 30 stacks of ore and something ridiculous. They were just getting crazy amounts of the Kraken's Eye, and again that just completely crashed the gem market. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So here is the Kraken's Eye. Oh look, wait till the patch releases and the quantity quadruples. Just ridiculous. And obviously because the quantity quadrupled, the price also halved. And the same thing happened with the battle potions of agility. Look at patch day, and it goes all the way up to 9,000 from the same time last week, which was 4,000. So again, over doubled. And whilst these bugs have now been fixed, it doesn't change the fact that people made millions of gold from these errors, and it completely messed up a lot of the economies. And as far as I'm aware, Blizzard has not banned anyone. Blizzard has not removed the items, and Blizzard has not removed the gold people made, at least as far as I'm aware. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And we've only made 20k on this server. That is not good. But yeah, servers' economies will now be destroyed for weeks because of this issue. And I don't see why Blizzard didn't test this properly before they released it. I mean, it's not exactly a complicated thing. All they've done, instead of making professions interesting, they just added extra items. And it's not even like every profession gets the extra items. It's like enchanting and alchemy and maybe jewel crafting. I don't even know about jewel crafting. They get some extra items, and then other stuff like engineering and other stuff like that, you don't get anything useful. So I mean, I don't really know why some professions have been treated better than others, and I really don't understand why it was even necessary. If you're going to add stuff to professions, make it cool. Give engineers a really cool mount to make that can, like access the bank or something whilst you're on the mounts. Give them something like that. Give blacksmiths, I don't know, some sort of hammer, but not some boring hammer that does boring stuff, but actually, I don't know, a hammer that can like throw you into the air, like some sort of Thor jump, in the same way that demon hunters get a double jump. Give them a jump on a cooldown or something. So, I don't know, just give something actually interesting, and not something that just is a few more materials, which is just pointless. They could have let tailors create one of 3 different really cool transmog capes, and you could choose which one you create. You could like specialize in one, and then you could sell those as a transmog on the auction house. I mean, again, price wouldn't be that great because loads of people would get it, but at least it would be something a bit more interesting rather than just, when you enchant you get a couple of extra crystals, which just seems pointless to me. Anyway, that is the main bit of gold making news. I mean, the only other things is, of course, with the patch came stuff like the new pets and all the other stuff that I did my video about before. And I'd probably like to apologise because I told people in the first couple of days the pets might be selling for 100 or 200k. But in the end, that only happened for like the first couple of hours on most servers. And then after a couple of hours, the price seemed to drop to like 20k or even less, which is a lot quicker than I expected. I don't know if it was because of the video. I doubt it. I'm not going to give myself that credit. I think Blizzard maybe got the drop rates wrong. It seemed people were getting a lot more pets than I expected. I thought they'd maybe get like one. Once they run all 3 raids, they might get 1 pet. But it seemed they were getting loads and loads of them, like 5 pets or something. So I think the drop rate was too high, particularly considering the fact that you could run it on Raid Finder as well as the other difficulties. So you basically get 2 chances per week for the pets. I think that's too much. I think that's probably also a bug. Maybe they should only give you 1 chance per week. It's just annoying because it's a cool new pet and it's a rare commodity, but because of Blizzard making it such high drop chance, it turns into something that's just boring and sells for no gold. Anyway, that's my thought on the patch. Not very positive, unfortunately, but I mean, at least it's all been fixed now. But even so, I don't really see the point in, especially the enchanting rod. Like, whilst it's been fixed, all enchanters are now still going to get more crystals, and the crystals were at a good price. By making them just way more common, it's just going to make enchanting more boring. When there's less profits and less potential profits to be made, I think that's bad. Especially because enchanting, it's not like you have to buy loads of enchants all the time. I kind of get the complaint from alchemy, maybe flasks are too expensive, and they are. For like a mythic raider, you have to pay so much per raid. But for enchanting, I mean, it's very rare that you get a new enchant, you have to buy one, so I think it's quite good that they're more expensive, and I think it's annoying that Blizzard have nerfed it. But yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot of gold making. I have been playing quite a lot. The new patch in general, I have been playing. I think it's been okay. I mean, obviously they didn't add too much, but what they did add is kind of fun. So I have been enjoying playing on my Resto Druid and on my Ellie Shaman, and doing some Mythic Plus and still doing the raiding and all of that. So that's been good. I haven't done much gold making though. As you can see, most of the things that have sold like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. So I really have not been doing a whole lot. But from what I have seen, and particularly with the flipping, it's still not dead. In fact, it's doing pretty well, so at least that's something. And I am excited for the new raid. I think that should breathe some life into the game and into the gold making, hopefully. New raids always breathe life into gold making. And that's about it. I'm also thinking of doing a gold cap challenge series, because I never did one for BFA, so I would be interested in doing that. Would you guys like to see a 1 to 1 million gold or a 1 to 10 million gold? That's what I want to know. Obviously the 1 to 10 million gold would take a lot longer, and I mean the things that can get me to 1 million would also get me to 10 million, so I don't know if the 1 to 10 million is that useful, or should I just stick to the 1 to 1 million like we did last time? Do let me know, because I'd be interested. And also, what do you want to see? Do you want me to just do it on a server where I have lots of characters? Do you want me to start again on a new server? That's more annoying for me, but I would do it if you guys want me to do that. So do let me know what you'd be most interested in. And yeah, hopefully Blizzard can release some more interesting things for professions rather than the current stuff and the tools of the trade, which I think is a bit rubbish, really. But overall on this video we opened 1.8 million gold, so quite a lot less than usual. Like I say, my gold making has not been going very well recently. I just haven't been doing much, so most of the stuff we opened this video sold like 2 weeks ago. But so 2 weeks ago was good, but the past 2 weeks I haven't really done much. But still, 1.7, 1.8 million gold, so that's probably about 1 million gold in profit, which is still not bad. Still a million gold, but not as good as usual. But let me know, guys, especially about the gold cap challenge, and also let me know what you think of the tools of the trade and the whole mess that was the patch 8.1.5 gold making. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.